how to bring yourself into presence so that you can actually operate the horn with fresh, all your resources available to you. So the first thing that I want you to pay attention to is you just take your fingers in front of you like this, and you start to move your fingers out, in, out, and in. And then start to just inhale and match your inhale to your fingers. Expand on the inhale, come together on the exhale. The transitions are the most interesting part, perhaps. When does the exhale turn into the inhale? Notice if any tension is creeping into your body and see if you can relax that tension. It might be in the neck or the shoulders. It's interesting to have your hands up because we have to do this a little bit to hold the horn. You can play with leading with your fingers so that your breath is following your fingers, like you're following a conductor. Or you can have your fingers follow your natural breath rhythm. Or you can kind of find this synergy between the two, like neither one is really leading nor following. They're just kind of co-arising. They're listening to one another. Oh, you might try taking a big breath, stretching out. Give a little shake out. Let's grab the horn. And I want you to think about the easiest possible note right now on the horn that you can play. Aim for that note more or less, but really you don't have to aim at all because it's your most comfortable note. And we're going to wiggle our fingers. So this is that hay bale practice I was talking about in office hours yesterday about archery. Might have missed it, but so you're just going to aim for your most comfortable note, wiggle the fingers, and let it come out. And notice that hopefully you're all feeling no stress at all, right? Like that attack, zero pressure, zero anxiety. So let's do another one now, and I want you to see if you can connect, just like we connected our breath and our hands. This time we're going to get a little bit more abstract and see if we can connect the breath and the sound. So there is a sound that happens on the inhale, though it's very quiet. Just see what's the sound and what's the breath and how do they relate. Okay. And hopefully this is giving you a few things. One of them is first of all, because there's zero anxiety about playing the right note and zero sort of classical right or wrong that you can apply to the sound coming out of your horn. You're able to be hopefully completely judgment free about the sound that's coming out and instead directly perceive it. So because in the absence of any sort of hang-ups about how you're playing, you should just be able to put all of your cognition on just directly perceiving. And as we're perceiving the sound, we're also directly perceiving the wind, the air moving in our bodies. And we're connecting the two, which ultimately brass playing, as Arnold Jacobs would say, is about song and wind. Song and wind. So we're not quite at song yet, but just to even begin to truly, purely merge our sense of our wind, of our air, and of the sound, the pure, direct perception of the sound is a huge win for us as horn players. So let's do that again. And this time you can stop wiggling whenever you feel like it. Allow the note to settle on whatever your most comfortable note is, and continue to just perceive the sound and perceive your breath as you're doing that. Do one more like that, maybe a shorter wiggle. Hopefully this is feeling pretty pleasurable and easy for you all. Yeah, great. Let's do one more, and I want you to wiggle, and basically you're going to stop wiggling either right before the note starts, right as the note starts, or immediately after the note starts. Your decision. Maybe even leave it up to spontaneity when the wiggling exactly stops. And notice if it was a little bit harder, it was a little bit harder for me to really stay in perception rather than judgment in that mode. So let's do it one more time, and I'm going to stay focused on staying in perception. There's little ways that sometimes we actually stop hearing the sound that's happening in the present moment and kind of go off to like what's going to happen or a thought or you're more in something else. And being in sound and wind moving is one of our most pure ways of being that's most pleasurable and easy and joyful making music. So I encourage you to play with that and see if you can baby step your way a little bit more. Let's even just go for a long tone right now. See if you can stay in perceiving sound and wind as you don't wiggle and you just play your easiest note. And that is our meditation warm-up for the day. Let's take the biggest breath that you've taken all day today. Shake out any tension. And let us begin